As you'll recall last time, we were finding our third finger in first position on the A string. As you see, I have my tape placed here, and I've also added another tape for the first finger. We're going to learn to use both of those fingers today to play several tunes. But first, let's establish our playing position and our bow hold and the straight bow stroke again. Remember the Statue of Liberty? Bring your right fingers up to the button, turn the violin, place it into the center of your throat, and make sure that you have flexibility in your head. See that your scroll is slightly higher than your chin rest. And now, with the palm of your hand resting on the shoulder, let us practice plucking the strings with our fourth finger. Let's do some finger taps as well. Take your third finger and tap up and down. See that the finger is curled and that the tapping movement occurs from the bass joint, the bottom knuckle of your hand. Let's practice sliding down as we tap into first position. Be sure to let your elbow relax in this direction, and from the other side, make sure that your thumb comes along for the ride as well. Tap and slide down till you're touching your third finger tape. Here's what it looks like on the other side, going back to the middle position and sliding down to the third finger. So we now have to sound out the third finger. You'll recall that we played our bow stroke known as martelet, the hammered stroke. We bring our hand out this way, gently drop the bow to the middle, land on the A string, check to see that your arm is on the same plane as the bow, slide your finger down to reach the third finger tape, tap on the left side of the finger, and then listen to the sound with the martelet. Push out on the down bow, pull in on the up bow, out on the down bow, in on the up bow. Notice the position of the straight wrist and where the elbow is. From this position, with the fingers curled, we're going to swing out and back till the first finger appears over the first finger tape that I've placed on the note B. We're on the A string playing the D with the third finger, moving our elbow back and our hand out till the first finger appears over top of the tape for the B natural. Let's go back and forth between these two notes, D and then B, finger 3 and finger 1. Notice the swing in the hand and look at the freedom of the thumb from the other side. Here we go. We'll play D, rest and swing, and then B, rest and swing. Rest, swing, rest, swing, rest, swing, rest, swing, rest, swing, rest, swing. So now let us learn to play these fingers on other strings. Let's practice crossing from the B over to the G, the third finger on the D string. So we're going to play the B. Notice how my hand and arm moved over to the spot right above the B. And now I'm going to cross over to the G. So my bow has to lift, my arm has to rise as I cross over from the A string, B natural, to the D string, G natural. Finger 1 to finger 3. Back and forth. Let's introduce the open A in the middle of that. Swing. Again, first finger, open A. Be sure that when you lift the finger, you don't lift it up into the air like this, but keep the raised finger pointed towards the strings. Lift in this manner. So now we have the beginnings of the tune Hot Cross Buns. fingering is B, A, G, 1, open, 3, repeat, 1, open, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, A, 1, open, 3, B, A, G, B, A, G, 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 A, B, A, G. Let's try one other tune, which uses our first and third fingers. Mary Had a Little Lamb. It starts similar to Hot Cross Buns because we're going to do B, A, G, and back. Then we go to the open A. And then we go from finger 1, the B natural, up to the third finger. Notice how the elbow swings and brings the finger over top of the third finger tape on the A string. This swing. So the finger does not stretch and get into a contorted position. Once again, the first half of Mary Had a Little Lamb. 1, A, 3, A, 1, 1, 1, A, 1, 3, 3, 1, A, 3, A, 1, 1, 1, finishing up, 1, A, 1, A, 3. I will play it now without calling out the fingerings. Observe the fingers going on the A and D strings, and then I will introduce another new bow stroke that you can try this with. First with martelet. Be sure when you move your bow that you're thinking of pushing out on the down bow and in on the up bow. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out. You can divide the tune up into thinking of small finger patterns, calling out the note names, singing the rhythm, as well as singing the direction of the bow. So there are many ways to reinforce this pattern with young people. Now, I will introduce the détaché bow stroke, which is to remove that percussive K sound that you heard at the beginning of the martelet, where we tugged the string and then released it and got that K at the beginning. The détaché bow stroke is a separate bow stroke like the martelet, in which one note per bow is played, but instead of the K sound, it's an M sound, a smooth connection from one note to the next. We still move out and in, but we don't leave a space between each note, and we don't begin each note with a little accent or tick. This is martelet. This is détaché. So now we play Mary Had a Little Lamb with the détaché bow stroke. Place your bow on the string, the A string. Swing your arm until the first finger appears over the A string, and we follow this pattern. Please remember that you must lift your arm to cross from one string to the next. Just observe this one last time. Lift the arm, drop the arm. Lift, drop. Lift.